Hello and welcome to Philosophy 106, Introduction to Symbolic Logic. My name is Lucas Struble. I'm the instructor for this course. A little bit about me. I got my PhD from UCLA in March 2013, and I've been teaching philosophy since, including teaching a bunch of logic and a bunch of online courses. So the purpose of this video is to tell you about what you're going to be learning about in this first unit in the first week of the course. And really there are two general topics that you're going to be learning about this week. First, you're going to learn about how this course works in general and about online learning even more generally. And then secondly, we're going to actually get into some logic. And so the first sort of specific topic is online learning. How's that different from face-to-face learning in a classroom? The second topic is course logistics. So how does a specific course work? How does the website work? How does grading work? And so on. The third topic is the topics of logic. What actually is logic about and why would you study it? One major thing spoken languages like English and Spanish have a logic to them, but it's not very obvious just from looking at the language. So the first thing we're going to do in our study of logic is to create a logical language that has its logical properties very obviously. And the last thing that we'll be doing this week is learning how to use the Logic 2010 program. That's a free program, and you'll be doing almost all of your homework in it. Now you may have noticed that down in the right-hand corner of the screen, there's a little Word document. That Word document you can download. If you just look directly beneath the video, you'll see a link to a Word document, and that's it. And you might find it helpful to open that document while following along this video. And with many of the other videos, you'll see they will also have accompanying documents like this Word document. In many cases, they'll be PowerPoint slide documents, though. Okay, so the first, I'm going to work through the rest of this document now to sort of help you understand what's going to be happening the rest of this week. And you'll notice maybe on the Canvas site that there are a bunch of other specific pages inside of this first unit, and on a lot of those are videos. And so a lot of what you're going to be doing this first week is watching videos, and that's what you'll be doing for a lot of the course. But the first thing you want to do actually is to look over the syllabus. You'll see on the left-hand side of the Canvas site that there are a bunch of links to different parts of the site, and one of those is the syllabus. So if you go there, you can get the course syllabus, and you should look that over. The second thing is you need to take the arguments quiz. That's also inside of this first module. And I'd like you to do that before you look at any of the other videos, because some of the other videos will refer back to the results of that quiz. The quiz is ungraded. Whatever answers you give, you'll get credit. But you do need to take it to get that credit, which is make a small contribution towards your overall course grade. It's a little homework exercise. So then after having looked over the syllabus and taken the arguments quiz, you're going to want to watch the other videos. And the first two videos to watch are the motivations and topics video and the logistics video. The logistics video is about how the course will be working, and so that will cover grading and how to use the course website. The motivations and topics video is about what's the motivation for studying logic and what is the topic of logic anyway. So you want to watch those videos. Having done that, then watch the logical language video and the parsing in trees video. The logical language video will introduce our first logical language, and the parsing in trees will start to discuss that language. One note I should make here is that you'll discover when you get to that point that our logical language is going to be using a bunch of symbols with which you might be unfamiliar. And it might look kind of like mathematics. It's not mathematics. We're not doing addition or subtraction, and we're not doing algebra. But the study of logic is kind of like mathematics, and that might lead you to worry if you've had a bad experience in a math class before. You might think, oh, I don't know about this. And what I want to tell you right now is that I've done a lot of logic teaching, and every student I've ever had has been more than able to complete this course. So if you have had a bad experience in a math class before, put that worry to the side. You're going to be fine in this course if you do the work and stick with me. So just do that and you'll be fine, okay? So that said, having watched those videos, then the last two videos are the using Logic 2010 video and the parsing examples video. The parsing examples video, I'll be using the Logic program, the Logic 2010 program, to do some parsing problems. You'll see what those are like. And you're going to have some homework to do in the Logic 2010 program yourself to do parsing problems, and so that's why I'm demonstrating them to you. The Using Logic 2010 video shows you how to obtain the Logic 2010 program, which is free, as is the textbook for our course. And so that video shows you how to get the program and get it set up. You'll have to make an account and do a little, that sort of fiddly stuff. You might find it useful to watch that program and actually get the Logic 2010 program set up before you watch the parsing examples program or video, because then you can follow along with me as I'm doing the parsing problems. It's up to you. Besides watching the videos, you're also going to read Chapter 0. Yes, I know it's funny. It's not the first chapter, though, is Chapter 0. And then the first 3 sections of Chapter 1. And that's about, I don't know, maybe 15 pages of reading. Not a huge amount. And then if you haven't, you'll need to install the Logic 2010 program and set up a Logic account with it. How to do that, again, is described in the Using Logic 2010 video. And then finally, by Thursday at midnight, you will need to do parsing problems 1002 through 1010 even, so 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And you'll find that those will go by quite quickly and be very straightforward. Will take you less than 10 minutes. And I'll remind you about this later when you're watching the Using Logic 2010 video, but be sure to submit your work once you've done it. It's not enough to do it in the program. You need to submit it online. That's like handing it in. Okay, the second part of the homework for this first week is that by Friday at midnight, you need to watch the Introduction to Online Learning presentation. That's a video. So what's this about? Well, I think online learning is great. I don't have to be anywhere at any particular time. I can do whatever I want. And that's true. That is really convenient. But it also has some drawbacks. When you're taking a face-to-face course, there's a specific time when the lectures are. So you have to go to campus at that time. Well, there's no specific time when you have to watch these videos. You can watch them whenever you want. But that means you have to decide when you're going to watch them. And so you have to take more initiative there. Again, when you go to the class, when you are taking a face-to-face class, you go to the classroom and there are a bunch of other students. You get to know them. You see what they're doing, how they're, what they're getting, what they're not. You can talk to them, and that provides you with a lot of support. And we don't have that same sort of support in an online learning situation. We'll be having online discussion boards, and you'll have opportunities to get to know other students. But again, you'll have to take the initiative to do that. In a way, the most challenging thing about this course is the fact that it's an online course. And that means that you have more responsibility than you normally would. And so I'm asking you to watch this presentation and then a few others as we proceed to help you figure out, okay, what do I need to do to succeed in this course? So then, having watched that presentation, I'd like you to post on the Canvas discussion board about the following topics. And if you just follow that link there, you'll get to the right place. And there are a couple different places in the Canvas website where it's linked. And if you looked on the left-hand side of the site, you'll see there's a link to discussion boards. So I'd like you to post there, and I'd like you, first of all, to tell us a little bit about yourself. So what background do you have in philosophy? Why are you taking the course? What's your major? And then this first presentation you're watching talks about myths about online learning, and I'd like you to mention, oh, I was surprised to learn about that this is a myth or that's a myth. And then say how you think learning about these myths has affected how you're going to approach the class. And then also by next Monday, the 19th at midnight, I'd like you to reply to another student's posting. That's the second part of the homework. And then the last part of the homework is by Sunday, just a few more parsing problems. So by Sunday at midnight, I'd like you to do parsing problems 112 through 120 even. So 12, 14, and so on. And remember, again, you want to be sure to submit those problems. So the first thing you're going to want to do now is go and take a look at some of those other videos. They're going to be spelling out in more detail how the course is working and what logic is all about. So, the last thing is, I should say, is contact with me. So you can always email me, and my general policy is to reply within 24 hours. I would prefer, in general, that you post on the discussion boards. There's a questions discussion board, and I prefer you post there and ask questions there, because then when I reply, other students will get that information. And then also we'll be having video conference hours, video office hours using the video conferencing technology on our website. And those will be Thursday, in general, Thursday and Sunday from 8 to 9 p.m. So those 3 ways you have of being in touch with me: email, discussion boards, and video conferencing. So if you already have questions, take a look at those videos, and if your questions aren't answered, let me know. Thanks for watching. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know you and a good semester.